You know that feeling when the world feels just a bit too loud? You've had a long day. Maybe you're juggling work, family, and 100 tiny tasks that keep piling up, and all you really want is a moment of peace. It's like standing in the middle of a busy street, cars zooming by and people rushing past, and you're longing for a pause button to quiet it all down. This is where the silence of prayer can be our refuge, a calm oasis amidst the chaos. When I first started exploring prayer, I imagined it was all about words, a constant stream of requests, thanks, and confessions. But over the years, I've discovered that prayer is just as much about listening as it is about speaking. It's about embracing silence, allowing it to envelop us like a warm blanket on a chilly night. Silence in prayer isn't an absence, but a presence, a space where we can truly connect with God. Picture yourself in a quiet room, the kind where the only sound might be the gentle ticking of a clock. As you settle into this space, you feel the tension in your shoulders ease away. You don't have to do anything here. There's no need to perform or impress. It's just you and the stillness, an open invitation to let your soul breathe and your mind unwind. In this silence, something remarkable happens. We begin to hear the soft whispers of our heart, the deeply held desires and fears we might have been too busy to notice. It's in these quiet moments that we can pour out our hearts to God, not always in words, but in simple being. Silence lets us sit with our thoughts and emotions, acknowledging them without judgment. I remember a time when I was overwhelmed with a difficult decision. No matter how much I prayed aloud, I couldn't find clarity. Frustrated, I decided to just sit in God's presence, saying nothing, simply listening. The silence was awkward at first, like meeting a friend after a long time, unsure of how to start, but gradually it transformed into a comforting presence. It was in that quiet space that I felt a gentle nudge, a subtle sense of peace pointing me in the right direction. This kind of silence is not about emptiness. It's like standing in a forest at dawn, where the world is quiet, but life is all around you. The rustle of leaves, the distant call of a bird, the earth breathing beneath your feet. In prayer, silence is alive with possibility and connection. It's an opportunity to listen to God, to hear His guidance in the still, small voice that often gets drowned out by the noise of daily life. The beauty of silence is that it transcends words. Sometimes words can limit our expression, boxing in our experiences into neat, manageable portions. But silence lets us communicate with God in the language of the heart, where words are not enough. It's like tasting a piece of dark chocolate. Its richness can't quite be captured in words, yet its depth is fully experienced. Some days embracing silence might feel challenging. Our minds are like restless children, constantly seeking entertainment and distraction. But with practice, silence becomes a cherished companion, a sanctuary we can retreat to whenever we need refuge. It's in this quietude that we discover more about ourselves and about God. As we immerse ourselves in this sacred silence, we might begin to notice a shift. Our perspective widens, and we start to see life through a lens of gratitude and grace. Silence allows us to appreciate the small details we often overlook, the way sunlight filters through the curtains, casting patterns on the floor, or the simple blessing of a loved one's smile. This awareness turns everyday moments into acts of worship, a living prayer that echoes throughout our lives. And so, I invite you to embrace the silence in your own prayer life. Find a quiet corner in your day, maybe in the early morning before the world wakes up, or in the evening as the stars take their place in the night sky. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and simply be. Allow yourself to rest in the presence of God, to listen with your heart open and expectant. In this silence, you'll find that you're not alone. There's a divine presence waiting to meet you, to guide you, to love you beyond measure. And as you settle into this peaceful rhythm of prayer, You may just discover that the silence you've been seeking is not just the absence of noise, but the presence of God, whispering His love into the core of your being. So next time the world feels overwhelming, remember that there is always a sanctuary available to you. The silence of prayer is a gift, one that can transform our hearts and lives, helping us to see the world anew through the eyes of faith. Embrace it, cherish it, and let it lead you closer to the divine touch of God in your life.